There's been some titanic sporting battles over the years. I think of Ali, Frazier, Djokovic, Nadal, Federer, but I don't think any have been eagerly anticipated as this. 3 super tips are taking on Mark Langdon from the Racing Post in a Premier League tipping challenge. Right, Mark, you up for this?
I certainly am. Hopefully I can live up to that intro.
You'll live up to the billing, no problem. We've got 5 live games on over the weekend. Right, Friday night football kicks off with Manchester United versus Leicester. Now, if you've been away hidden in a hole somewhere, you might have missed Jose Mourinho moaning for the last 3 or 4 weeks, 3 or 4 years maybe. He's short of a few players, of course he is. Pogba, Lukaku, Lingard, they're all likely to be missing. They scored almost 50% of United's league goals last year. So we think it's going to be another dour affair, typical Mourinho performance. Probably wouldn't even be that disappointed with a point at the moment to get the season started. Leicester as well could be without Vardy, Maguire. They'd be happy with a draw. We think this is low scoring, under 2.5 goals for sure. But we're going to go for 1-1, United-Leicester, opening night.
I'm going to be a little bit more confident about United in terms of getting the victory. I'm going to go for a 1-0 United win. I fancy them for a clean sheet. For all the negativity around Old Trafford, what I would say is that Mourinho still knows how to organise a defence, particularly in these type of games where they're at home to a team outside of the Big Six. You have a look back to last season, 14 matches at home to teams outside of the Big Six, 11 clean sheets in those matches. So yes, he needs a centre half. Yes, he needs his players back fully fit, but I think Leicester are just as handicapped by the World Cup, as you mentioned. Home advantage, just to swing it United's way. It won't be a classic. United 1-0.
Moving on to Saturday, we've got Newcastle at home to Spurs. Now, I think the Geordie fans are going to be up for this big time. What an opening match for them. They were actually quite impressive last year towards the end at home. Their last 10 league home matches, they only lost 2. They managed to turn over Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United. So this is a tough opening for Spurs. Spurs again missing a lot of players due to World Cup duty, one thing and another. I think personally, we think at 3 super tips, Tottenham would bite your hand off now for a point. They'd walk away taking a point. We're going for a 1-1, but also in the double chance market, well worth looking at Newcastle.
Okay, I like the draw. I'm just going to go straight up for the draw in this game. Rafa Benitez, a bit like Jose Mourinho, really concentrates on getting his teams, defensively set up well. Tottenham actually played Newcastle right early on last season, and it was a dour battle in that game. It wasn't until John Joe Shelvey got sent off, actually, that Spurs managed to just get their necks in front. So I think this is going to be low scoring. The reason I like the draw, Harry Kane unlikely to start, and even if he does play, he got a horrendous record in August. Never scored a Premier League goal in August. I'm not sure he's fully fit, just had a baby as well. So without their big hitters, don't think Tottenham will win, just don't think Newcastle have got enough up front to win the game either.
Then we move on to Wolves versus Everton. Wolves back in the Premiership after all this time. They had really impressive winning the Championship last year, you've got to say. Got a squad littered with talent, especially going forward. They've added to that. Adama Traore's just joined. Raul Jimenez has joined as well. So I don't think goals is going to be a problem for Wolves, especially at home. Everton, now under Marco Silva. He played some attacking football while he was with Watford. They've also got decent players up front. Walcott on his day, he can be frightening. Tosun. They've also bought Richarlison. We think this game's got goals in it. We're going for 2-2. It's going to be a real cracker to watch. And also, over 2.5 goals looks good to us.
I'm going to go for Wolves to win the game. I think Wolves could quite easily finish above Everton this season. I think there's an argument to be said that Wolves are the best team ever to come up from the Championship to the Premier League. I know a couple of teams have beaten their points tally, but just the way they control matches in the Championship, I don't think we've seen a team like that with Neves in midfield just dominating opponents. I spoke to somebody that played against them in the Championship last season. He said we couldn't get near them. We pressed them, just couldn't get near them. Now, maybe the Premier League will be different, but I don't think Everton will hit the ground running. New manager, new players still coming in as we speak. They're trying to bring in players. I just think Wolves are a more settled team. Patricio in goal is a great signing. Moutinho in midfield as well. Jota in attack. I think Wolves will win.
And Sunday we move on to Liverpool versus West Ham. Now for us, Liverpool are going to be Man City's biggest challengers. I think that's, you know, popular opinion among most people. Their front three are absolutely frightening. They've looked fairly sharp in pre-season. Yes, West Ham have spent quite a few quid. Manuel Pellegrini's took over. Arnautovic looks like he's coming back to a bit of form. Not good travellers though, West Ham, are they really, especially against the big teams. Liverpool beat West Ham 4-1 home and away last year. We think it's going to be a very similar scoreline. We're going 3-1 Liverpool, and over 3.5 goals is well worth a look.
Yeah, I mean, I think Liverpool could get over 3.5 on their own actually in this game. I'm just going to go for the half-time, full-time double result market. I think Liverpool will be in front at half-time and win the game. The players you've mentioned up front, obviously Salah, Firmino and Mane, can be devastating. But I think they've added a lot of quality to their midfield as well with Fabinho and Naby Keita. And West Ham, for all that they've signed good players, and I don't doubt the money that they've spent, I don't think that Pellegrini's attitude and tactics will suit the way that they're playing away to a team like Liverpool, because he is somebody that's got a similar philosophy, really. He wants to dominate the ball, he wants to attack teams. We saw that with his Manchester City team, which I think is fine if you've got Man City players. If you've got West Ham players, I think I can see them winning, you know, the easier home games. I think that there'll be a much better team to watch at the London Stadium this season for the Hammers supporters, but I think away from home they could take some hidings and it could come on the opening weekend. So Liverpool to win easy, half-time, full-time double result.
And we move on to the final game Sunday afternoon. We've got Arsenal against Manchester City. Now, obviously being from South London, I'm a Manchester United fan, so this is going to pain me to say, but I was at the Community Shield on Sunday and some of Man City's football was absolutely frightening. I mean, they can tear open any side. They look like they can score at will. Arsenal in a new era now, obviously with Arsene Wenger gone. We don't know what Unai Emery is going to bring to the table. Defensively, still not sure about them, and I think they've got a couple of players missing as well. I know Koscielny looks like he's out Sunday. So City are going to score, and probably 2 or 3. Arsenal themselves up front though, I do like the partnership of Lacazette and Aubameyang. I think that they'll definitely get goals. So we're going to go for a real thriller here. We're going to go Man City to win, both teams to score, and we're also looking at something like 3-2 Man City for a bit of value.
I'm going to go for Man City to win and over 2.5 goals for similar reasons, but as far as City are concerned, I'd much rather just because they can beat teams 3 and 4-0, and so that would be my concern there, because I thought they were defensively okay against Chelsea, didn't give up that many opportunities in the Community Shield. The ones that they did was mainly Bravo in goal, sort of being Claudio Bravo, the clown, and Ederson back in there, a very reliable last line of defence. I agree that they were absolutely scintillating at times against a decent Chelsea team. I mean, I know people have knocked their performance, but it's so difficult to play against Man City when they're at it. Aguero's already had the pipe open, and with a couple of goals, I don't think Arsenal are good enough defensively to be able to nullify the threat of him and Sane and Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne is back from his holiday now as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal did score, but I prefer to play it sort of the safer way for me is Man City to win and over 2.5 goals.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little battle. Give us a mention after who you think's come out on top. What do you reckon, Mark? A pint, whoever loses next time?
Well, maybe 2.
Yeah, maybe 2. Right, hope you enjoy the Premier League opening weekend.